He'll never reach that dream.
Oh dear, hang on tightly.
Come out with me. Funny. I almost bounced right out of the ride. Watch out for heffalumps and wolves. They steal honey.
Does that make sense? like a 2X, does it?
So, oh.
For her birthday.
You think Hannah would like that for her birthday?
Cute, cute.
First, that's going to get blown away. Now it's going to get drowned, and then you should go home.
Look at these little ones. That's cute. That's adorable. That's adorable. I like that.
I love that shirt. How festive.
Thank you. Oh, I think we're gonna ice cream for lunch. Whatever you want. What?
That must be the shaker.
Tink's Pixie Dusted Cone float. Oh, Peter Pan float, lime soft serve, Sprite, chocolate, and a chocolate feather. That does look really refreshing. Sorry, it keeps cutting out. I don't know.
But the other days,
That's key lime ice cream.
Sunday. Do you see that? What?
Soft serve hot fudge seasonal sprinkles, chocolate chip butter.
She'll have it for you right at the next
Hi, can I get a hot fudge sundae?
You want the vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
Vanilla, please.
No, we don't. Is that going to be it? Alright, it's going to be $5.85. Yep, go ahead, type your name for Alright, so I'll have that for you right at the next one then.
I feel better already.
She didn't want no extra sugar pixie dust. What's it? Oh, she's gonna take a shower.
It does have some sugar. I'll sprinkle it on you. You want some?
Okay, now it's a real pixie.
Hold it still. That's great. It's key lime.
You gotta eat. Be careful. They're like a sorbet. Yeah, it's you don't get brain freeze.
Give me Tina. Oh, you want me to do it?
You don't want to touch it.
She's got it.
Because it's sticky.
What flavor ice cream?
Key lime.
Is it?
Yep. I think it's key lime ice cream, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
said lime, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can we have some napkins? Or where?
Right here.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, thinking about that kind
It's a sugar frosted cone or something.
Hot fudge sundae.
That's you, Miss Dale. Yep. You got yours first. See, Tanny, you got 2 in 1. You got your ice cream and your cotton candy.
And my chocolate.
And your chocolate. You're right.
Got it all covered.
Hot fudge sundae.
Thank you. All right, hold on, bear with me. I'm gonna try and hold you and eat my ice cream too. You guys are gonna be crooked for a
Where
little
is
bit.
he? There he is.
As you can see, it's an overcast day. Which is perfect because it's a little humid. Sun's supposed to come out around 5. And when it does, it'll be steamy.
What is that?
It's brain freeze in a cup. It's Tinkerbell's cone or something, cotton candy, lime cotton candy. Key lime ice sorbet and a little chocolate Tinkerbell or something. And it's over there by
Next to Winnie the Pooh.
they have a Maleficent one too.
Is it like,
Oh, that's that
is
one.
it tart?
Yeah.
It's, yeah. But it's not bad. It's not, you know, I never know.
Yeah, lots of napkins.
Okay.
Brain freeze, yeah. Me too.
This is so good. That lady walking by said, "Oh my God, for real, my legs have never hurt so bad."
Who said that?
Lady walking by. Hello? We are going to do Small World shortly. We have a fast pass for Peter Pan, which is pretty cool because it just came back today from refurb. It will be rain. Sorry guys, I'm trying to eat ice cream and hold you at the same time. Woo! What's the matter? Too much, Tina?
Yeah, it was too much.
It's good for like if you had a little cup of it.
The green?
It's good if you had a cup of it, but that was too much.
It's a lot.
But I ate all the cotton candy.
That's why I didn't go with it, because sometimes when it's something different like that, I can't do. I stick with my old stamp pies. The hot fudge was delicious.
All right.
You want to throw that out?
I didn't know.
Shelly, do you want any of that?
Roll anymore?
All right. So, we're going to go to Small World. Oh, sorry. It's always congested in here because there are so many strollers. They almost take up the whole area. If they weren't here, nobody would be here. But it's a big piece of real estate to take up. There's nothing else they can do, I get that.
Oh, really? When I family kids, they like adult living somewhere,
She doesn't wait.
you know what?
She wants to, just like when she took them.
Huh?
I said then if she wants to watch a parade, we'll go somewhere other than
Well, I thought if we went to Fantasyland,
somewhere, yeah.
I mean from Frontierland, there's those trees with those big boxes. We can sit right on the edge. That's what we usually do.
I don't want to sit on the street and fight the crowd.
No. 120 to 220 is our Peter Pan.
Go on. I like this backpack.
Yeah, that's good.
You okay? That is a long freaking line.
That's a long line.
Holy cow, look at the line. What? Oh, for Peter Pan.
And you don't have to wait for this to be long.
We could come back after too. I've never seen a small world
No.
line that long. You have to go. It's there.
45 minutes. 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait for this.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
That's really cool. Let me in with that.
Never move.
Yep.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I'll wait out here. I'll be right up here. Hang out with my friends.
Hey guys, the lot is full. Please park strollers at the carousel. This lot is full.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where'd you get the shirt?
Oh, gotta make it.
Okay, because that's why we're here. You know what day it is. Rapunzel's bathrooms. Isn't that exciting? I'll stream the parade at 3. Then we're going to go back to the resort and over to Epcot for the Broadway series concerts and illuminations.
Yeah, bud.
Well, everybody getting ready for the Super Bowl? Or no Super Bowl? So, we'll do PN and then we can go relax for a while. Or go shopping or whatever you want to do. What time is it, Tina? Do you know? Oh, I have my new watch on. I don't know if Sue's watching, but my new watch.
Can't put a backpack on it. Oh, we can have. I tried like the skinny one, you know? When you
What?
backpack, skinny strap backpack.
I don't mind them, but it depends on what I need to carry.
If it's
I
heavy,
I find them very convenient. I have a cloth one that's really good. I have a cloth EOE one, which incidentally I think would make marvelous trivia gifts too. Just saying. Heather and I have worn the G's out of them. Mine is looking a little shabby, but I just wash and dry it.
Well, there's too many people. I can't run. Last time was a
So 120 is our PM, right?
Walking right by it.
Google matching shirts or mommy and me matching shirts or something.
You know?
I got you.
Yeah, we're gonna get more popcorn.
Want to go sit in Pinocchio house? Yep. Girls want to rest their paws before pan. So we have 10 or 15 minutes. So here we can wave to the bus on Small World. Can't believe we're on day 4. Well, there's one here. Pizza.
Pizza looks good. I like the smell of the breadsticks.
These are the, it's a stromboli.
Oh, is that what the bottom is?
Stromboli.
Stromboli.
Do you like the Oh, there's a blue drink. Oh, see, breadsticks served with marinara.
So you can get a pepperoni flatbread. Why they think they need the air conditioning on today?
You don't know either. I'm feeling a little goosebumpy.
Me too.
Have I done the Peter Pan before? And they refurbished it? Is that what you're saying? Or no?
Yes, they just so today's the first day it's reopened.
From when?
Go up there. I don't know.
Couple
It's closed.
months.
Couple
About a month.
months.
Month or
We
two.
didn't want to go. It was definitely closed when Katie was here.
Since Christmas, I think.
What?
At least.
And is this a fast pass?
Yep. Got a fast pass. It's an 80-minute wait time now. And unless
I
you,
never know when it's when it's fast pass and just following the crowd.
unless you go there right when you come in, and you're one of the first ones in, you don't get on it like right away. You need a fast pass.
You need a breadstick.
You need a breadstick?
A warm breadstick. No, I don't need a breadstick.
We could go, if you want a snack after, we could go over to Pecos Bills, where they have some nachos and you have the fixins bar, so you can make yourself like a salad.
Did you hear anything about the house? Is it definitely sold or what? Did you talk to my mother at all?
better.
Yeah, but I think she's probably.
Oh, she's not
unless she's
answering
on the
anything?
phone, or I think Katie already picked her up. I'll text Katie to tell her to go up and check it out.
She's a pain in the ass.
Your mother?
She hits the wrong button and it either one. Can you just hit on
Okay, what else you doing today?
She takes it with her. We make her keep it next to her when she's
Same
in
yesterday?
case she has a problem.
Does she have the button you press?
Those bills that I
Does
have.
she have the button thing?
All right.
Huh?
All right, I'll call you later. Are you watching the Super Bowl?
The people that she lives with in that apartment are old.
It's not just for old people. It's for people who live. No, but I'm saying it's not. The button isn't just for old people. It's for people who live by themselves. Like, I mean, I always, I talk to my kids multiple times, my daughter multiple times a day. And when I'm outside on the roof or something, my neighbor's outside too, and I say, Jeff, I'm climbing. I'm climbing. And he's like, okay. It's only because people care.
So, I have shorts on. We all have shorts on.
I have capris on.
I'm sorry. Dale has capris on.
Why don't you did you bring shorts? Did you bring shorts?
I don't like the way my legs look. Me either. Your skin is a lot younger than mine.
What? Okay.
Your skin is a lot younger than mine.
My son has been calling mother all
I have old skin too. I just wear them.
and all the phone did was ring and ring and ring. No, not ring.
Maybe if it was browner, but not.
He said, and then he's trying to call her this morning, and it's just ringing and ringing because they talk to one another on Sunday.
And Katie was going to take her somewhere.
And I said, I said, and Katie's with her now. So he said, no. He called Katie. He called Katie. He goes, did you talk to your grandmother? Because I can't get her. He said he called Katie. And Katie said she would. So Chris said, all right. So I said to him, what did you eat for dinner last night? He said, oh, I bought some kielbasa. I made myself dinner. And he said he bought himself a little pork tenderloin, and he's still inside taking a break from doing cutting wood. He's going inside to marinate it. I'm like, you go, boy.
Now, does he cook when you're home?
Yeah, he'll cook. Yeah. He'll do grilling. I don't grill. I can't grill.
I can grill some stuff. I don't cook eggs. Which does eggs much better than me.
I do eggs. I can do that stuff. But I used to try to grill when he worked, nights with the kids. And they used to sit there and their burgers would be so, because he does it slow,
You throw it on the high charcoal and good to go. But it's good, except it's raw in the center. See, I'm a lucky eater. That's what okay, 119. We gotta go.
All right.
Curious to see what's going
They went out the other door. I'm a rebel. I don't like to follow. I'll meet them right out here. Okay. Haha, you know it, Belle. Oh, nice, Jamie. 68. It's nice here. That's nice. Hey, we're going on Peter Pan. Woohoo! Imagine that. Definitely have to get. Well, actually, it's okay. Breakfast at 1900 Park Fair was fabulous. We had a great breakfast. The food was delicious. Lots to choose from. Characters were wonderful. We saw Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter, Winnie the Pooh, and Eeyore. So it was really, really good. I'll do a post tonight. I have pictures. I was taking pictures, trying to take pictures this morning, and that's why I didn't stream, because my camera is my streaming device. My phone is my camera and my streaming device, so it's hard. So. Mary, it was great. The food, the breakfast itself was good. As a matter of fact, I'm going to suggest if they want to do it in September, it's probably a good one to do. The only thing is I don't like to do too many character meals. First of all, they're expensive, but I do want to go to Tusker House because I haven't ever been there. Everybody says it's good. And so we'll see. I gave Fizz a list of places that I hadn't been, and places I wouldn't mind visiting again. Ohana, I'd love to go. Again, and Boma. There's a bunch of them, but we'll see. And I did.
One of the guys, singers from Latin Broadway.
Yeah. And so again. Are you there, Mary and Belle, or are you, okay, I'm gonna start the stream again. Alright, you're back? Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, good. Phew. Sorry, the Wi-Fi goes in and out. I use data for nighttime shows, but I don't have a lot. After the parade in Magic Kingdom, we're going back to the resort, and then we'll head over to Epcot for the Broadway series show and Illuminations. Reflections of Earth. I want to see it as much as I can before they take it away. Don't cry. Are you riding with me? If you'll have me. Side by side, he said. Side by side. Follow the arrow. Yeah, it's really, really fun. And I don't know what entertainment will be on the boardwalk tonight, if there'll be any, but we've been enjoying it. We'll probably go to the Abracadabra. Have a drink. We don't get to pick.
Next up, slide. Get a little watch your step. Next up, slide.
Oh, boat, sail there. Sail there. Hit the sail with the back of my head, almost knocked myself out.
And look out, this comes down automatically.
This sail is awful close.
Thank you kindly.
Ooh, I hit my head again.
Oh, I did.
I hope I didn't lose anybody.
Oh, we're
Just stick with me.
No,
I'll come back
I
if
don't
we
remember
lose it.
soaring through here.
Yes.
No,
Yes, we always soar through here.
I don't remember this at all.
Well, your brain is old. It's no wonder you can't remember, but just enjoy the moment. You won't remember tomorrow either.
Yes, I may.
Well, you might remember this time. Do you remember this? Maybe you were never on this ride, dear.
I don't think I was.
You would remember. I would think you'd remember some part of it. If
Maybe when we get to the Lost Boys.
no, you would remember the.
No?
Well, I don't think. Oh yeah.
Remember the colors, the flowers being in the mountain.
The mermaid. Oh, look at the mermaid.
I love these colors. They're brights like this. Engine Joe.
Engine Joe. Look at them. Poor Wendy. Poor Wendy.
Wendy, the pirate. Oh no!
And Wendy. Oh my God. Oh
Peter and Captain Hook, did
goodness.
you get them up there?
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And Captain Hook's up on top. Oh my goodness, so much to see. They ought to slow us down a little.
How'd you do?
Smee.
Seven dwarfs in here.
Smee, what are you doing?
Captain Hook and the crocodile.
Yes,
Ouch, that's gonna hurt.
yes.
No.
No, Mr. Smee, leave him alone. He deserves it.
Tink, tink, Tinkerbell.
I think they ought to slow this ride down so we could see it a
we
little
didn't even
better.
get to see Captain Hook.
Thank you. Whew, that was awful fast. They need to slow it down.
When Captain Hook was up there in the 19.
I missed him as I just caught him as we were
They need to slow it down a little. I feel like someone just spun me through. I need another ride.
That's what I said to my sister.
I need a do-over.
Now, because it's so quickly, do they know that we already used our fast pass?
Yes. We had to click it in. All right, where do we want to go?
To the right, are we going towards Frontierland? Or
Yeah, are we going to go watch the parade from there? Do you want to get something to eat?
I'm not hungry.
And you just keep eating.
That's the way I look
and
at
eating
it.
and eating.
Yep. All right, let's go down this way. See the parade. I just have to go over and get my sipper cups in Tomorrowland, and then we can go. I mean, we can get them before the parade if we want, and then find a spot. Still.
Okay, let's go back here. All right,
Sure. Peter Pan. There's Peter Pan.
Oh, you can't go in now. It's all over.
No, well, there's a line.
They put Tinkerbell out here too.
Tinkerbell, where Minnie and Mickey were on the other side, where we were this morning.
Sometimes Peter Pan goes rogue and runs through the park.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
I've only been in this place in my life.
Great moments in his.
I have had enough of this kind of nonsense.
I don't know. I gotta see what time it is, though.
Paul Revere, upon his
Do you want to go see Hall of Presidents? Or no.
ride, and by the light of the sun,
Come back out.
he cried, "Oh, what
Yeah,
is
she's
that
going to see what time it
music?"
is.
Numb the dark, unlock the light. Numb the sun, but the moon.
I want stop it, Miss.
Numb the fork, but
Let's have one, Mr. One moment with this.
All right, guys.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're going in the hall.
Our guests with ECVs and wheelchairs are going to go on the very right-hand side of the entrance. Come right on up. You're going to go right in this door. Everyone
Try to
else
keep
is
you
going to
guys
use
up.
all the other doors. This one door on the right is for our ECVs and wheelchairs to travel in. Go right on down, folks. There's plenty of room.
Time
Just
between our
remember, when you go
backpacks
down
and then trying
inside
to
there,
pick
do
up
me a
something.
favor.
Yeah.
Just go down, pick a row, and then
we've
go
done
down
a
about
ton.
2/3 of the way down. That way everyone will be centered right in the theater itself. Thanks, folks.
It's almost 1 o'clock.
Gonna try to keep you guys on during this show.
Hey, you have to learn something.
Oh, and I have no viewers. Nobody wants to see the Hall of Presidents. Okay.
I want you to be able to name 5
Maybe I should just log off. Viewers.
Who's the first person?
Oh, here we go. Oh, no, I don't want to bring Katie. Sorry, no Katie. Dale, Michelle, Tina, Kim. Let's just bring these in.
Yeah, that would be
Yes.
because
Yeah,
they're
let's see
the
what we
same
got
name.
here. Yeah. Oh, and that one. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me try. Let's look at
Epcot tonight.
It's probably too early, huh? I don't know if we'll
Sorry.
get there by that early. Wait, let me see what they...
Do evening.
Yeah, let's see.
Soaring around the world. 8:15.
Do that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Okay.
made a fast pass for Sean. Then that for something. It's flowers. There's that one.
Still here? Okay.
Oh, tonight.
Yes, Jamie, right behind the short one. Damn it. Hold this. Just hold this. Yeah.
Found her, fell down.
All for the love of streaming. Your phone's hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this reverent celebration of America's leaders, past and present. And now, the Walt Disney World Resort is proud to present the Hall of Presidents.
This program is dedicated to the memory of Walt Disney. In 1971, his love for America inspired the creation of the Hall of Presidents, a place to celebrate the optimism and goodwill he saw at the heart of the American story. Walt's vision was to honor the nation by honoring the American presidency.
It is 1783, and the smoke is clearing in the wake of the Revolutionary War. Over the course of 8 grinding years, General George Washington has led a force of shopkeepers, farmers, and Native American allies to victory over the greatest military power in the world. A new nation has been born, independent and free. The founders must form a national government. In 1787, through months of passionate debate, they create a written constitution. For the country's highest office, they imagine something new in the history of the world. A leader not born to king or queen. A leader who has not seized power through conquest. A leader not separate from the people, but elected by the people. From among the people. We, the people. This is a new idea, an American idea. The idea of a president. I don't know exactly what a president will be, but there is little doubt who it will be. George Washington's stature and him as a leader, his has made him a great one. Washington knows that many generals who have led successful revolutions make themselves dictators or kings. Instead, he steps down from power and retires to his home, Mount Vernon. The world takes note, and George Washington becomes the symbol of American ideals. In the first presidential election, it's Washington by a landslide. The only doubt seems to be his own. He writes, "Integrity and firmness is all I can promise. Integrity and firmness is exactly what we need." Everything he does as president will set a model for his successors. His final act may be the most important of all. After 2 terms, with no term limit in the Constitution and amid overwhelming support to stay in office, he steps down once again and hands power back to the people. He wants us to speak, to elect a new president. During the early years of the Republic, we choose leaders as different as Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Andrew Jackson. Elections are often bitter. Each president stands at that fiery intersection where personal character meets the challenges of the times. Some call the presidency a glorious burden. Jefferson calls it a splendid misery. We, the people, must choose well. We elect 15 presidents before the course of history brings us to the edge of crisis like no other. A nation born of freedom still permits slavery. As the country pushes west, will new states be slave or free? The question The issue rocks the election of 1860 and brings Abraham Lincoln onto the national stage. The tall, lanky, some say uncouth candidate from Illinois words at a time when speeches are printed in full for people to read. A house divided against itself cannot stand, he said. With Lincoln's election, the House does indeed divide. Civil War. 11 states secede from the Union. The war becomes a defining passage in the American story. The president's own inner strength and depth of character changed the course of history. Lincoln had come up the hard way on the American frontier, desperately poor, with less than a year of formal schooling. His early years were scarred by tragedy, the death of his mother, his sister, his first love. He struggles with depression, but never loses his determination to rise above it. He once said he's driven by a desire to preserve the end slavery. 6 months after one of the bloodiest battles of the war, the president dedicates a cemetery to the thousands of soldiers who died there. In words,
7 years of liberty dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can endure. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a sense. We cannot dedicate, not consecrate. We cannot hallow the brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have it far above our poor power to add or detract. For us to be here, that we here highly resolve, for the people shall not perish from the earth.
The blood of over 500,000 Americans is spilled of so many to lead us to that new birth of freedom. With the end of the war and the end of slavery, a new birth truly begins. As we roll toward the 20th century, settlers roll west on wagon wheels and railroads connect the nation coast to coast. In from Europe and Asia, population doubles, our economy triples, our standing among nations rises. We need politics and personal tragedy, the death of his wife and his mother on the same day, in the same house, in the working and living conditions in cities. The gap widens between rich and poor, the demand for change grows stronger. Teddy Roosevelt is a knight on a crusade. He speaks with force and vitality in clear terms that make colorful headlines at a time when mass-market newspapers have become the new media. To define his foreign policy, he borrows a phrase from an African proverb: speak softly and carry a big stick. But his greatest accomplishments are made at home. He breaks up giant monopolies, protects workers' rights, and calls for a square deal for all Americans, rich and poor, capitalist and wage earner.
And a square deal for every man and every woman in the United States.
The bottom fell out of the market. 12 million unemployed. The Brent lines and the results of the 1932 election now.
When we elect our 32nd president, it is the worst of times. The course of history and the course of one president's life again shape a turning point in our national destiny. Franklin D. Roosevelt, paralyzed by polio, radio knows how to restore the faith of a people. He has found the inner strength his countrymen now need. He speaks to us like a friend, a neighbor. His optimism is contagious, his voice perfect for the latest breakthrough medium, radio. He calls us to believe we have nothing to fear but fear. But an even greater challenge dominates his final years in office. The Second World War.
We must be the great arsenal of democracy.
In the world with our production. When bombs fall on U.S. troops in Pearl Harbor, he calls us to fight on the war front and sacrifice on the home front.
The harder the sacrifice, the more glorious the triumph. So spoke America in the year 1776. So speak Americans today.
The world changes. The country changes. And yet, in one sense, what we need most from our presidents has never changed. A guiding vision that calls forth the best that America can be.
Will outer space be developed for the benefit of all mankind? Focus for the arms to make. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. But really, it's all of us who must overcome the crippling legacy of bigotry and injustice. And we shall overcome.
One of the agreements that President Sadat and Prime Minister Begin are signing tonight is entitled A Framework for Peace in the Middle East.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. You have lost too much, but you have certainly not lost America.
I can hear you. The Western world hears you.
Love of this country requires the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
Our presidency is no longer just an idea. It is an idea with a proud history. Of America. George Washington. John Adams.
Are you back, Bill?
Thomas Jefferson. James Madison. James Monroe. John Quincy Adams. Andrew Jackson. Martin Van Buren. William Henry Harrison. John Tyler. James K. Polk. Zachary. Jimmy Now we come to the present. Once again, we place our trust in the idea of a president, as we have from the beginning.
My fellow citizens, no event could have filled me with greater anxieties than that notification on the 14th day of April, 1789, that you had selected me to lead our nation. But it was with the confidence of my fellow citizens that I took an oath. 35 simple words that have been repeated by every American president throughout history.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. From the beginning, America has been a nation defined by its people. At our founding, it was the American people who rose up to defend our freedoms and win our independence. It is why our founders began our great Constitution with three very simple words: we the people. Since that moment, each generation of Americans has taken its place in the defense of our freedom, our flag, and our nation under God. These are the achievements of the American spirit, the spirit of a people who fought and died to bring the blessings of liberty to all our people. Above all, to be American is to be an optimist, to believe that we can always do better, and that the best days of our great nation are still ahead of us. It's a privilege to serve as the President of the United States, to stand here among so many great leaders of our past, and to work on behalf of the American people.
The presidency of the United States is a role unique in the world, an office entrusted to each president by us, we the people. Therein lies the genius of that new idea, now 100 years old. A new idea our presidents have turned into a great American idea again and again.
This concludes our celebration of the American presidency. Now please gather your personal belongings and exit through the open doors on your flight.
Get out.
Thanks for joining us at the Hall of Presidents, and have a wonderful day here at the Magic Kingdom.
Make us go out the other way.
We rode one. You didn't like it. Go.
A roller coaster. She said, is there a roller coaster? I said, we rode it. You didn't like
across the way.
Okay.
Folks, we're all going this way. The ones that you're playing right now, you can go around that way. First going this way.
Yeah, I don't think it was such a good idea eating and sitting in it. Yeah. I feel too relaxed now.
Well, after
JJ, please remind everyone which great moment we are sharing today.
The Declaration of Independence.
Excellent. I think it's every night before bed. And so should be.
We're going into here.
And now I will recite from memory the entire Declaration of Independence. When in the course of humanity, Kermit, you are interrupting America. Entertaining in a clean, targeted heart.
Look at this. This is a cute one. This is adorable. Really cute. Ooh.
You and your band of weirdos can help. Okay, but please, too much dignity. Oh, sure, Sam.
It's cute. I like that. Shell, did you see this? You can hang over your window. Look at that. That's adorable. Oh, it's a little heavy. $36.99. I like that. I would like that in my window.
It's gonna be in my kitchen. Where
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah.
And it looks down into the.
Oh, I like that. It's actually a dreidel, but I'd put it up anyway.
1776.
I think it's beautiful.
Philadelphia.
I'm good, thank you. I probably got a lot of practice.
If the person don't succeed, then skydiving is definitely not the sport for you.
Let's hear your founding fathers.
Delegates are discussing the question of America's independence from England, and there is much debate.
Mouse party.
The Muppets.
I'll take 2 hot dogs and Does anyone have any arguments in favor of independence? I do. Our continued association with England is more than honorable.
Hi, how are you?
Alright, I'm gonna go and charge my phone until there's a little chance. I'm down to like 11%. So, I shall return.